Okay, well, what have we got here? We have a Ducati Monster 797, and pretty much there's like every single CC Ducati has ever released, they've created a monster for it. So 100% there is a monster for everyone out there. A big monster, a little monster. This is the middle monster, matte black. It's got matte black finish, kind of nice. I think I like the paintwork. It's a metal tank, so this isn't a matte black cover. So if you get a chip in it, you're gonna have to get that tank redone. Fireblade is a matte black plastic cover, so if you fuck it up, you can take that off, put on a new plastic cover. But this is the tank that's painted, so look after it. It's got a single-sided swing arm, so it's probably a Ducati that you don't want, because if you want a Ducati, you go for the single-sided swing arm, right? It's got Brembo brakes. I will say the Brembo brakes are very nice. I like the stopping power, the feel that you get from a Brembo. It comes with Rosso 2 tyres. Whenever I ride a bike with Pirelli tyres, I always feel good. I just wish they lasted a bit longer, but they always feel good. The seat, just look at the nice round seat. That is a passenger seat. That is definitely a passenger seat. And because it's matte black, it just has this seamless black feel to it, from the front of the tank all the way back to the rear tail. The seat, it goes all the way to the tail as well, like really, it really does. Stock exhaust, obviously. I don't know why they stick the VIN number right there. I mean, can you move that? No, it's there for life. Terrible place to put it, really. Whatever, like it should have gone up here somewhere, maybe on the other side. What does it look like with the lights? So the indicators are bulb, that's not LED. That's bulb. It's all bulbs, basically. The running light is LEDs across the middle. Mirrors. That's your lot, really, with the mirrors. They really don't do much, the mirrors. Very simple kind of bike. This one has ABS. No up shift, or there's no quick shifter. Very simple clutch. Why have I got this bike? Yes, well, I've got this bike because the Fireblade is in the shop. It has an ECU map sensor issue, so it can't tell what power mode it's in, and so it chucks an engine light. It's perfectly fine, you can ride it, ABS works, quick shifter up and down works, engine is strong still. It stutters when you start it up because it's trying to work out what power mode it's meant to be in. Then the engine starts, you know, then the engine fires up properly and goes strong. But ultimately, cut this short, it's in the shop, and so I've got a Ducati 797. So let's do a review on the 797. So the last naked bike that I had was a CB400. So this is the first naked bike I'm going to be riding for longer than an hour since I bought the CB400. It needs petrol. So I'm going to cut this video here and come back once I've filled her up. Oh. So now I'm moving on this. I actually haven't got petrol yet, but now that I'm moving on it, the seating position is crazy. Like, I haven't had handlebars like this in a long time, but the handlebars feel so high that it's almost uncomfortable because of what I'm used to. It's a bit alien. It's like I've got ape bars on a Harley Davidson. The engine is... Oh, I'm going to take that line. The engine is strong in the mid-range, where you'd expect it to be. It's a bit bulky and bulky in the bottom end. You know, it's like bumping around, going ba 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 ba. Oh, let's get behind here. And because it's like jerky and burky, it's not a nice place to keep the engine. It's like a bit spluttery down there. You don't feel like you've got full control until you get the revs up a bit. Just because it's a V-twin, you know. Great in the middle, that's where she likes it. But the bottom end just isn't smooth enough to feel like you've got complete control. I like a 4-cylinder where you're revving the crap out of it, riding the clutch. I just feel like I got more overall control, but yeah, this thing's better in the mid-range. It's got a nice sound to it. Ducatis make more sound and more noises than Japanese bikes. Is that what they call character these days? I guess so. The indicator is weird, like you hook it left to right, but it doesn't actually click. It doesn't go click, yeah, I'm indicating on the click. It just moves left and right with no click. And so you assume that it's indicating. When you press it down to cancel the click, there's not a click for cancelling the indicator. It's just like a button that moves around with no tactical feedback. So you're not sure if it's doing what you've asked it to do. So you have to look down from time to time at the dash to see if it's done what you've tried to do. And more often than not, it does. I mean, it's an indicator. Buttons like that tend to work these days on modern bikes. Let's get some petrol and start this video again. Oh, the brakes are good. I like the little yellow suspension. Let me just check the tyre pressure, because I'm not used to these soft suspensions. Feels like the tyres are flat. No, the tyres are good. Filling it up was funny. Kind of close the lid and it makes a dunk, like there's no rubber seals on it. But oh, that's a chunky ass kickstand. Very simple bike. I don't like the horn there. It makes more sense to put the indicator there. People complained about that when Honda done it, but the thumb movement is smaller. It's better than reaching for the indicator. You just want to go bing. It'd be better if the indicator was actually under, so you can just go bing, bing, bing. But the indicator is in a very old school position, right up near the lights. You've got more chance of hitting the horn than you have the indicator in a quick fire scenario of when you're trying to, you know, change directions and indicate on a late notice. First gear is wheezy at best. Second gear is nice. Oh, Pirellis feel good. I love the way Pirellis feel when you bed them into a corner. I think I'm going to get Pirellis next. Even these Rosso 2s give you that kind of special Pirelli feedback. The suspension is nice. The ergonomics on this, I mean, if you want to know what this feels like to sit on, just go into the bathroom, sit on the toilet, and that's it. That's what the seating position feels like. I mean, it's wonderful. No traction control. Feels a little bit spluttery around 3,000 RPM. She pulls strong though. She wants to keep pulling. Not totally confident on this bike yet. You know, my cornering is way off because my position on the bike isn't sorted yet. Let's get used to that. It does pull quite nicely for a, you know, 800cc twin. Definitely hasn't got the go-go juice that my Fireblade has. Oh, the foot pegs are so low. I feel like my foot's going to be scraping on the road in no time. So much peg clearance on super sport bikes or super bikes. Isn't this just the perfect roadster, this Ducati? I would always prefer a 4-cylinder though. You just feel like you got more control when it's smoother. But this is a very nice handling bike when you're chucking it from one side to the other side. Just the handlebars are a bit weird to me at the moment. It's kind of spluttering a little bit there as you're trying to. Oh god, I can't make the gaps that I can in my Fireblade on this thing. The handlebars are a bit wider. Ooh. Oh, the brakes. Well done on the brakes. I can feel heat. Yeah, it's that Ducati kind of arse warmer piston right underneath the sack. Forks feel plush, soft, compliant. They're definitely not Fireblade stiffness. Right? You could live with these. All the accessories you can get on a Ducati Monster these days is going to put you in a good place. The throttle response from off to on. It's cable driven, right, on this model. It's very twin cylinder. How does it feel? Is it exhilarating? Is it fast? Yeah, go on. Why not? For the size of the engine and the amount of pistons it carries, yeah. Mirrors are just upgrade the mirrors, I think. It's a modern bike. If you like a twin cylinder, I'd probably recommend you go for the 1100 or the 1200 or the 900 or one of the other Monster flavours that's up there. My friend had a 1200 Monster and I rode that, and he had a tune on it and it was much better than with the throttle response. But the clutch was just so incredibly heavy. It would make filtering an absolute murder. Just because holding the clutch would require about 2 arms. I mean, look, I'm not trying to be a weak out here, but there's easier bikes to ride. And why pass up on those options? It does feel incredibly simplistic. I don't know what year this model is, I'm afraid. You can tell me what you think it is. And you've noticed the telltale signs, so please let me know what year model this is. The LCD dash tells me trip time, average speed, average kilometers an hour, average fuel consumption, I don't know, RPM. The LCD is the whole front end feels dated now. It feels like a new 300. Oh, let's play a little game. After riding 4 cylinders for so long, they're a lot easier to use. First gear is incredibly short. Let's take that out there and see the safe. One finger braking, no problemo. Go on mate, go for it. What gear is this? No gear indicator. First gear has engine braking, probably which matched the Brembo fucking brakes. I mean, that's the thing, I don't think this has a slipper clutch. I mean, people say, oh, on a bike like this you learn to ride. Yeah, no, absolutely right. But, you know, it's like owning a mountain bike or a racer bike, you know. The technology's there to make it easier. I don't know, I'm not going to go into too many details there. This is a bike that is fun, it's just raw motorbiking really. No nonsense electronics, doesn't really need them. The engine is tame enough to be able to understand when you're going to make it buckle out from underneath you, just through raw abuse of, you know, the engine, the throttle, the clutch. It's easy to ride slow. It's just nothing top end there at all. Comparing to a litre bike here, 4 cylinders, there is no top end, which is worth mentioning. Let's put that mirror back where it was, shall we, because it keeps moving from all the vibrations. No idea if the indicators are working because there's no tactile feedback. I just push them all the way that they will go to the left and hope that the button turns it on. The biggest like in comparison to other bikes is the one finger brakes on the Brembos. Very good feel, very strong feel. Wish it had some kind of slipper clutch, but it's not that kind of bike. It's a roadster, not a race bike. The way that it flicks left to right, it's very light. I mean, it's not 4 cylinders, it's 2 cylinders, so it just goes flick flick, nice and light. It's got some fun heat coming out of it. Don't you dare, son. The sound is very Ducati. Blah 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 blah, burble burble burp burp. It's got all the sounds that you want when you buy a Ducati. And I mean, the Monster's always been of a looker. If you're new to motorbikes. So even though the rev limiter goes up to 11,000, it just completely died at 8,000 there. This is not an A2 restricted version. This is a 797. The sweet spot is between 4 and 5. I think 5's the best. 5,000 RPM is the nicest place. The seat is so good, and the suspension and the tyres. Oh, it feels so good. I'm starting to get used to the handlebars now. I don't like the way this mirror is invading my privacy, invading my personal space as it keeps swinging towards me. Front end feels planted on the brakes. It's just about to pop the horn then for the indicator. The plastics look... I mean, this is a brand new demo bike, and the plastics on this look like, you know, they've seen better on second-hand Hondas that have had 50,000 Ks on them. very manual type of bike, very rider involved. Fuck off! Just fuck off over there. Very involving, you know. Haven't got a quick shifter. Yeah, it's a bad thing, but fuck, it's a good thing. You can like freaking do some rev matching. It's got some good torque. I'd compare the torque to a flat spot, don't you? Kind of feels like a motard. You don't do knee down, you do leg out. It kind of feels good doing that. Instead of leaning off the bike with all your weight, you know, this bike is designed for minimal effort. You know, why work hard when you got a seat this comfy? Instead of getting your body over the tank and knee downing it, you just stick your leg out and lean into it. You know, use that seat. Why get out of the seat when it feels this good, you know? You feel a lot from the back wheel. It's got a good short wheelbase, or at least it feels like a short wheelbase. Yeah, it feels like a really short wheelbase. And you can kind of feel the rear wheel right underneath your arsehole. And so, you know, keeping your ass in the seat, just sticking your leg out, you feel like you got a really good connection to it. Oh, you was going right a minute ago. Fucking hell, choose a lane, mate. Yeah, oh, you put your ass right back on the seat and you kind of feel exactly what the rear tyre is doing for you. And another testament to the feel Pirellis give you. These are only Rosso 2s. Yeah, you can ride it just as fast in a lazy way. Look, no points for knee down if you just stick your leg out. It's got good pickup. Oh, where is he? Fuck, this mirror needs sorting out when I get it back home. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I haven't really got much more to say about it, other than sports bikes are much more, you get much more feeling on the front end, and on this bike there's a nice balanced feeling, but there's great feeling from the rear. And I'm not sure if that's because these Pirelli tyres seem to talk to me more. Every time I ride a bike with Pirelli tyres, I get this feeling which cannot be described, and it is just more. As I'm talking to you right now, I can feel the exhaust pipe burning under my right leg. Or something's burning under my right leg. There's no need. Oh, yeah, V-twins. You get it with a V4 as well. I'm getting smoother operations with this thing as it warms up. But there you go, Ducati 797. $17 for a full tank. Nice and comfortable. Likes to get a little bit too close with the mirror sometimes. I know Italians like looking in the mirror a lot, but this is really too much. So ultimately I got this bike because I have a Fireblade new model with all the electronic whiz bangs, and all those electronic whiz bangs are having issues with the map sensor, trying to identify what power mode I've put it in. Hopefully it's just a little map sensor. It's going to be covered under warranty. So far my Facebook page, yes I've got one, facebook.com/PommyBiker. There's already been one follower of mine that has said that he also has the map sensor issue. So maybe it's a going to be identified as a known problem. They don't seem to last that long, these map sensors, or whatever's trying to identify what power mode it's in. So it's just a recent thing, really. It does go away. You turn the engine off and on again and it will go away. And then it just kind of comes back, so they'll fix it, and it was just an inconvenience. So it's been in the shop once, that Fireblade, and after riding this thing I realised how bloody good that Fireblade is, going fast on the track, on the road. It's just couple more mods it needs, and it will be fucking just as comfortable as it is fast. And one of those mods I have in my bag right now, and there'll be another video for that. But for now, there'll be more stories on the Fireblade. This is me on the Ducati. Never been a fan of Italian bikes because I've owned them. My experience has never been good. There is more videos based around that, the mods I have in my bag, and this Ducati to come. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you guys again.